Front nine, back nine, or eyeing the 19th hole, wherever you are in life, Host Plus can help you drive your retirement further. That's a plus.
Welcome to Talk Birdie to Me with former world number 16 Nick O'Hearn and Tour Pro Mark Allen, live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. And thanks to our great partners, Host Plus, the official retirement partner of Talk Birdie to Me. Driving a BMW is like hitting the perfect shot. Smooth, controlled and powerful. Titleist, the clear number one ball in golf. FootJoy, the number one shoe and glove in golf. Better, when the greats bet, they bet with Better. Ping will help you play your best. And the Golf Clearance Outlet, who beat everyone's prices. Now, here's Nick and Mark.
G'day everybody. Righto, Nick. Rory McIlroy.
Yes.
1 career Grand Slam, 2 Masters, back-to-back, mind you, 2 PGA Championships, 1 US Open, 3 FedEx Cup titles, 7 Race to Dubai titles, 2 Players Championships. I should have moved that up a little bit. 6 Ryder Cup wins, 3 PGA Tour Player of the Year awards, and 4 European Tour Player of the Year awards. Where does he sit in the pantheon of men's golf after back-to-backs? G'day, everybody.
Wow. So you're saying he's pretty good?
Mate, thanks to Flushing at Golf for that rundown. I've just ripped it off one of your tweets. But have a good look at that. I mean, it's not just 6 majors.
Well, according to you, it's 8 because the players you say is a major.
Well, I'm semi. You should get maybe a halfer.
Sure.
So it's not just 6 majors that he's won. It's not just a career Grand Slam that he has achieved. It's not back-to-back Masters, which is a mighty effort. I mean, he's 1 in 4. We all know the other 3. That list is extraordinary.
It is. Yeah, he's easily by now, and people are talking about it, the greatest European golfer of all time.
Tick.
You could always argue Faldo had that with the 6 majors. Yes. Seve he was tied with at 5.
Yes.
Harry Vardon has 7, but that was a different era.
Mate.
Obviously, as we know. It's very hard to compare eras, but as far as Europeans go, Rory's the man.
Okay. See, I think modern golf, when you've got all this other stuff, all right, this is what you're here for. The 7 Race to Dubai's, the 3 FedEx Cup titles. That's all new in the world of golf.
It is.
So when you look, and I know I saw you looking at it before.
Oh, yeah.
You had a list of just men's majors in golf, which is a beautiful way to compare.
Yeah.
It's the best we used to be able to do. But now when you look at, Ryder Cups and throw that into the mix where he's been a part of 6 Ryder Cup wins.
It's crazy.
And a big factor in those Ryder Cups as well. The PGA Tour Player of the Year awards, the European Tour, he's won 3 and 4
They're all
of those.
nice bonuses.
They're beautiful bonuses on the way.
It's kind of like Michael Jordan in basketball. How many NBA championships? Well, it's 6.
Yep.
How many
defensive players of the year?
I don't know.
That sort of stuff.
How many offensive players of the year? I don't know.
He won
Scoring
both.
titles.
He's won both.
NBA All-Star. I know he's done them all, but you don't know those. You only go by one number, and he's on 6 right now, and he joins.
He's on 6, and who's he with? Phil, and he's
Faldo.
with Faldo and Trevino. Okay, so who's on 7?
If he gets one more, this is where it gets
who's on 7?
Very interesting.
Who's
on 7, you've got Harry Vardon.
Harry.
From way back.
I think he's past Harry Vardon.
Okay. Bobby Jones. Gene Sarazan.
I think Bobby Jones was so big in the game.
Just listen to these names. Bobby Jones, Gene Sarazan, Sam Snead, Arnold Palmer. That's 7. And then you've got Tom Watson on 8 and Ben Hogan and Gary Player on 9. So the way he spoke in his press conference afterwards, he's hungry. He wants more.
Yeah.
And the other thing is he's halfway to a double career Grand Slam, meaning he's won 2 of each.
2 of each.
So he's won 2 Masters, 2 US Opens. He needs 1 more British and 1 more US Open to then do the double career slam.
So only 2 have done that.
Jack Nicklaus
and
Tiger, I think, have the 3-time career Grand Slam when they've won at least 3 of each.
Okay, so you've kind of gone past what I was trying to get to.
Okay, sorry.
But I think that's okay because I love the points you're making. I think you answered my question because I didn't know who was on 7.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, has he gone past anybody who's won more majors than 6 because of all this other stuff in the modern game. And when you read those other names, you can't put him past those names.
No, you
Can you?
can't.
You can't.
You could probably tie him maybe with a Harry Varden, but I mean that
I
guy
think he's
was
past Harry.
that was around the turn of the 19th century. So
I'd put him past Harry, but I can't put him past Bobby Jones because Bobby Jones is just too big for the game and won the 4 biggest tournaments. What year was that, 1926 or something? One of the 20s.
the Grand Slam.
He won the Grand Slam in a calendar year he just won the Grand Slam of the majors that were available, which of course were the US Amateur and the British Amateur. Throw those into the US Open and the British Open.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't put him. So I think
Nope.
you can skirt around the edges.
He's getting closer.
You can put as much lipstick as you like on it. But the simple fact is we look at majors in golf and that is all for your greatness. I mean, we can't go past it. What did you make when he double bogey hit the bunker? On Saturday, he hit everything left.
Well, let's go
He had
through
the
it.
lefts going on Saturday and he hit it left on 4 and made a double. What did you think?
That swing on 4 was, I mean, the swing looked a bit flippy-ish, which has been his issue. But when you get that shot tracer and it's like a quick pull
Starts
draw,
left.
I must admit I was a little worried. But then he put 2 good swings on 5. But, if we go back, he doesn't birdie 2. That was a
big mistake.
That was an unfortunate one. It was a bit of a weird club choice off the tee on 2 because I noticed Cameron Young took 3-wood to lay it up. Yep. Good decision because I don't think they could carry the bunker on 2 because the wind was into them.
Well,
so Rory's bringing.
Even if you do carry that bunker, you're in trouble.
Oh no, there is room out there. You want to go a little left of it. So I thought he might have hit a 3-wood there, and then probably he could almost reach the green with another 3-wood. I would have thought from the top of the hill, but he didn't. Didn't make birdie there, but made a great birdie on 3. So we go right. He's away. Cameron Young's away. This is going to be fun. And then on 4, all of a sudden, Rory makes this. Double out of nowhere.
3-putt from 8 feet? And this
6 feet.
Cameron Young made his par.
Made his par.
From off the front of the green.
Mm-hmm.
And
then Rory bogeys 6 as well after flying the green, the par 3.
That's right.
And all of a sudden he's back to 9 under. And I think Young was 12 at this stage.
That's right.
And he's 3 back. And I'm going, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I felt like Rory threw up on himself. And then once that happened, everybody else threw up on themselves.
Yeah.
So
it's that curse of
Young
leading the
started
Masters.
making mistakes. So Young made 9 pars in a row on the back. Nothing happened, but he made a few mistakes.
Yeah, but he played well, Young. I thought he just didn't make anything.
Yeah.
A couple of putts fall here and there, and
then Rose got in front.
Now Rose is the big one.
Oh.
As soon as Rose hit the front, I think he hit a good drive on 11.
I was already spending my money once Rose got in front. Yeah, go on.
And then he's got this one of the toughest shots in golf, one of the choke shots in golf, you might say, right? If there is a chance to throw up all over yourself, well, this second shot into 11 is it.
Yep.
Now, he backed away, and all of a sudden, I heard on the commentary, I thought he said to his caddy, Fooch, is this the right club? But I think they said, maybe in the commentary, I think he just said, is this enough club?
Right. Well, either way.
Either way, whatever.
Yep.
But as soon as he backed away, and then you could just see his body movements changed. He was sort of a bit not timid, but it was like I think it just hit him.
Yeah.
Like he was leading, and
leading.
And this is my chance. If I can hit a good shot here, I'm well on my way to closing this thing off. And he flinched. Unfortunately, it happens. It's the second 9 of the toughest major to close out.
So what did you see? What made you think he flinched? Did he flinch in his swing? Did he flinch in his preparation before every shot?
Yeah.
So you think he took less time, more time?
I think he took more time and he just started thinking about it. And once he's over the ball, he has his routine, but I think he just put the seed of doubt in there. And then the same thing happened on 12, hit a poor tee shot, chunked a chip, ended up making about a 5-footer for bogey in the end. And all of a sudden he's gone from the lead to maybe 1 or 2 back of Young, who was playing pretty good.
It's funny, these guys, they're around Jack Nicklaus a lot. And we're going to talk about what Tom Watson told Rory at one of the Champions dinners a little while when we get to about the 12th hole. But Jack Nicklaus, you talk about, the 2 look and keep everything the same. Jack Nicklaus in those talks will say that I don't do it that way.
No.
And he will tell these great players that you don't go until you're ready.
Yeah.
That was always the way he did things.
Yes.
But it's it's very different being able to control your emotions in those situations like Jack could. I mean, for goodness sakes, he won 18 majors and he came second 21 times or something, didn't he? Or was it 19? I think he won 18 majors, came second 19 times and came third 21 times,
Something
or maybe
like
those
that.
numbers are mixed up a little bit, but it's something crazy like that. So basically, contending in majors for Jack was, like contending in an Australian Open, probably for everybody else.
The ability to do what Jack did
Emotional-wise.
is superhuman.
Yep.
He would narrow his focus down to this one singular thought or focus or process, whatever it was, until he was ready.
Yeah.
Everyone else in the world, it's basically almost impossible to do. Tiger didn't even do that.
Yep.
Tiger walked into the ball, had his routine, went.
Yep.
Never paused, never hesitated. The one player who does it these days, and we'll speak about this as we go along, I think to his detriment, I hate to say detriment because he just won his second green jacket, is Rory McIlroy. Because
that's right.
Okay.
How many looks was he? I reckon I saw a shot where he took 6 looks.
Oh, I saw one where he took 8. I saw
Yeah.
one where he took 5, 7. There was all a mix. The best shot he hit all day was the one where he took the least amount of looks. Now, I sent you a little video of him on the range after the third round hitting balls.
Yep.
And this is where he figured his swing out, after he had a bad day 3 and he was really struggling. Now, he was on the range, 2 looks, go. 2 looks, go.
Yeah.
How often do you see a player hit balls on the range different to the way they play? Very rarely.
Very rarely.
Everyone does the same routine. I have my 2 looks, waggle, go. You
Yep.
have whatever your routine
Yep.
is. Tiger does his, all that.
Yep.
They always do the same, but he does not hit balls the way he plays, which is a fascinating thing for me to watch. So I've said this through various, moments, and I guess over the last couple of years, I thought if Rory actually, it's not that he would be better. I'd be just fascinated to see how he would play if he got over the ball, took 2 looks, went, because that would be very athletic. And the one thing you notice about Rory, the way he walks, the way he moves, he's very athletic.
Yeah.
And it's just a catch and shoot feel type thing in everything else he does, except when he gets over the ball.
Yeah. See, this is why I brought it up, because Rory has a lot of contact with Jack. Jack is the guy who told him that his hands were going outside, and Jack told him to pretend he's got razor blades in front of his wrists and he can't take. So that's Jack.
Yes.
So see, this is the interesting thing for me, because you and I both know and watch when a player gets out of sync in their preparation before they hit a shot, quite often their swing gets out of sync. But has Jack been in his ear and telling him, hey, listen, I watched you miss those shots here and there. What are you doing? Why don't you wait until you're ready to play? So
Rory's always done this though. So
I know, but has Jack, because of the long time between drinks, you wonder what's in his ear.
Well, I know Jack is in his ear and has been for quite a while, because Rory alluded to this about. And
we don't know, do we? I'm just asking the question.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just going.
Why is he doing it?
What feedback Rory shares in his interviews, and Jack would always say, "Look, go to the Masters a week, 2 weeks prior, and play and practice and play one ball as much as you possibly can." And Rory kept going, "No, I want to play a tournament the week before. I want to." Well, how's that working out for you, Rory?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what I would say, right? Yeah. But this time around, he did it for 2 or 3 weeks.
Jack Nicklaus is in his ear.
Yeah.
This is what I'm telling you.
Now he's got the private jet where he can fly out. Drop his daughter Poppy off at school, fly up, play Augusta, probably play 36 holes. I don't know, maybe 18. Fly back and have dinner that night.
Okay, so he's won 6. He's gone back to back. Do you think his mindset at some of these other major championships? Because as far as I'm concerned, the Masters is the ultimate choke tournament.
Mm-hmm.
If you are going to choke, this is your venue. There is no question about it. And some of the holes on that back 9, if there is a minute of doubt for the whole day, you're automatically thinking almost to those holes, I imagine. I know when I was in contention just a couple of times at the Lakes, all right, there were a few holes I'm driving to the course and I'm thinking about, what the hell am I going to do on 14? The big one over the water, because I had the little things on the lefts, and if you go right. Yeah. So you're thinking about this stuff. So I imagine it would be the same if you're arriving through
Well, the Lakes is a good
Magnolia.
example because for me it was the opening tee shot.
Yeah, there you
But
go.
that was the hardest tee shot
it was
I've ever
hard.
had to hit.
It was
as
hard.
a left-hander. A right-hander, it's a bit better.
That's exactly right. So you're preparing before you actually get out of the courtesy car, before you get to the driving range. You're preparing for all this stuff. So, just because he has so much contact with Jack, and just because Jack did convince him to shoot a score in the practice rounds 2 and 3 weeks beforehand, has Jack told him, hey, listen, don't pull the trigger until you're ready to play, because that's what you saw, that's what I saw.
Maybe.
But it doesn't make sense to us because we're so process driven.
Well, you look at the part of Rory's game which has improved the most, his short game.
Yes.
All right, he's
Incredible.
chipping, his putting.
Putting's beautiful.
Putting?
Well,
Chipping, you know what he does?
What?
He takes, I think, 2 or 3 looks.
And reacts.
And that's it.
And reacts.
And you know who's helping with that? Faxon.
Fred
He's a
Faxon,
catch and
yep.
shoot kind of guy, and
Yep.
he's one of the best putters in the world. So what you try and do as a player, and I always found this, is you take bits of information from everyone, you'd process it yourself and go, I like that, I don't like that. Oh, I might work on that. Yeah, I think that'll work for me. No, that doesn't work for me, so on and so forth. Rory obviously knows what works for him and what doesn't. As I say, I'd just be fascinated to see if he could play at a pace once he's over the ball that's quicker, because we saw the tee shot on 12. The tee shot on 12, his best shot of the week, he hit quickly because
Tom
of
Watson.
what Tom Watson told him years ago.
Now, have we got that clip, Dan? We'll just have a quick chat about it while Dan finds the clip. So Tom Watson told him the hard bit on the tee is trying to work out where the wind is.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you know where the wind's coming from, not where you think it's coming from, because I heard Rory talk about he's looking at flags on 11 and he's doing all over the stuff. Once you know where the wind is, let's pull the trigger.
You go.
Let's go.
Yeah. And on that shot,
he did it.
he took 4 looks.
Yeah,
It wasn't 6 or 7 or 5 or
right.
whatever. And he hit the best shot of the week. Now,
He did
you've
say
also
he
got
blocked it. He did say he blocked it just a little bit.
It drifted a little.
Just a little bit.
But
Because he was aiming over the middle of the bunker.
Yeah, which would have been about 15 feet left. It finished about, I think, 7 feet
7 foot
left.
is the closest of the day.
Yeah.
It was the closest shot of the day.
This is the most prepared you feel you've been before a major championship, and what you can take from your prep for this that you're going to try to implement moving forward.
Yeah, I joked last week and going into this week, like, this place feels like my home course. I haven't played anywhere else in the last 2 or 3 weeks, really. So I felt prepared in that way. I felt prepared that, wherever I hit it on the golf course, I sort of know what to do. I know where to miss. I'm pretty comfortable with all the shots around the greens. And yeah, I think it is. It's a good blueprint. I said this earlier in the week, I'm not going to take 3 weeks off before every major, but to get to the major venues early, do your preparation, play, and not just play and look at things, and actually play. Go out there with one ball, shoot a score. Try to do it that way. I think, and I've talked to Jack Nicklaus over the years about how he prepared for majors, and he would go the week before and he would simulate a tournament. He'd play one ball for 4 days, shoot scores, so then when he got to the tournament that, it was sort of, it felt second nature to him. So I did a little bit of that leading up to here, and I think it's certainly a good way to prepare going into the next majors.
And then to go on the hole, that putt, Nicholas, was epic, really. And then, of course, he had to stand on the 13th tee where he'd missed the fairway all week, and he piped one.
He finally turned one around. Yeah, that basically won him the golf tournament. There, I also got to go back to that 12th tee shot where his caddy, Harry Diamond, walked to the front and just sort of reaffirmed Rory, okay, the wind is here, let's go now.
Let's go.
And away he went. So I got to tip the hat to Harry there in that instance. But the tee shot on 13, as you're right, he just smoked that one. Missed the green left, was not easy from over there. Pulled the putter, which I can sort of understand. I thought, I think he might chip this if he wants to get it close.
Yeah.
But then there's also the threat, if you don't get it right, well, you're going to go in the water.
That's right.
Made a great birdie. Cameron Young missed his birdie, and then away he went.
Yeah. I just want to ask you about his decision to hit driver again on 13. I mean, he hits the driver so far.
Mm.
If you don't turn it a little bit,
yep.
Well, probably a little bit's wrong. If you don't turn it a lot or really cut the corner,
yep.
It's going to be in that pine straw every single time.
Yep.
Well, why wouldn't he here on this particular hole hit a 3-wood and turn the 3-wood on that hole. I mean, if he turns a 3-wood.
He has to hit a rope-a-dope 3-wood to get, I think, home in 2, even for Rory.
Even for Rory?
I think so, yeah. Because I remember last year he hit 3-wood because, he said to Harry, well, let's make it a 3-shot hole. So he hit 3-wood off the tee.
There's a driver and an 8-iron.
Yeah, I know. I get it. Yeah, I mean, if he hit a real slingy 3-wood, I could understand that. But I think he just wanted to make a statement and say, look, this is the time. Let's do it. Bang, away we go. And he's the man for that reason.
And then he
smoked one up 14, the same again.
14,
and then 15 he hit he
smoked one.
No.
What did he do on 15?
He flared it right.
That's right.
And pitched out. And then his wedge over the pond. Ooh.
Yeah.
That looked I think the wind knocked it down. Whether he caught it how he wanted to, I'm not sure. But the good news was he was hitting a 3/4 shot, so he didn't have spin on the ball. Because when it landed, I thought, if that's got any spin, that's back in the water.
That's right.
But he didn't have spin on the ball.
I actually saw a couple of players hit irons to that green because they highlighted the flag being downwind. And then a couple of players hit irons, landed it in the perfect spot and straight through the back.
Yeah.
So, the greens were firming up.
And a little before that, I thought Scotty Scheffler made the greatest birdie I think I've ever seen on
Which
15.
One?
On 15.
Where I didn't see it. I was doing the show.
Oh, right. He was way right off the tee and he tried to punch out, but it clipped to one of the pine trees, stayed in the pine straw or off the fairway somewhere. Yeah. And he's got like a 4 or a 5-iron from out of the trees, cutting it onto that green to 20 feet and holes the putt.
He did not.
The first birdie he'd made on the 13th or 15th all week. He played 13 and 15, 1 over and lost by a shot. So that's where Scotty Scheffler, unfortunately, lost the Masters, you could say.
Bogey free on the weekend.
So impressive.
I did notice, and it was highlighted afterwards as well in Live From with Brandel and McGinley, that he was teeing it down a little bit lower on the Sunday.
On a couple of tee shots, yeah.
So the tee shot
the
he
stinger
hit
on
17.
Yeah. Well, he stood on that tee and he said, I need 4 more good swings.
Yes.
And I made one.
He made one good swing. What about the tee shot on 8? Now, as far as I'm concerned, that was the worst drive that he hit all week.
Yeah, some friends asked me about that. Well, why didn't you hit the stinger again? I said the problem with hitting the stinger off 18
Get up.
is if you don't start it online, you're going to hit a tree 100 yards off the tee and then all of a sudden you're in a world of hurt. Now, what he did is he hit the high ball, and if you flare it like he did, it'll get over the first lot of trees and then it's up. It's anyone's guess. And he missed it so far right, he was fine.
I understand that because I've been there enough, but there will be people watching and listening who don't get it. The picture of 18 does not do it justice to the shoot
so
that
narrow.
You've actually got to hit through. And the higher you hit it, the more room there seems
Further
to be.
down. Yeah.
But if you do hit a stinger or even if you just a low tee driver and it comes off the heel a little bit.
Ooh, it just starts a little offline, well, clunk.
If it catches any kind of limb or a few leaves or heaven forbid, a full-on tonk on a tree, you're looking 6 or 7.
Yeah,
at
totally.
best.
Well, he got lucky. He went so far right, and the right trees is the place to miss, not the left trees. The left trees you can get unplayables quite often. The right trees you're probably going to have a punch out of some sort. He was so far right, he could knock it up there. But unfortunately, on the TV coverage, they didn't show where the ball was, so we didn't know where it had gone. And same with Cam Young, we didn't know where his ball had gone. I was a little worried with Rory's bunker shot because that bunker, the front left, has the most sand in the bunker on any of the bunkers on the golf course.
It did look like it was the best lie, but it was on the upslope. So
but it's heavy. And Bryson missed the cut on Friday by leaving it in there and then splashing up. I mean, what a bad miscut that was. He was 3 over playing 18 on Friday and makes triple to miss by 2. Oof, that was tough.
Just on Bryson. Anyway, well done to Rory McIlroy. It was an incredible win and, kept us on the edge of the seat again.
Let's go through some of the other stuff, though.
Well, round 1, I think it was unfair because, it's just sometimes the balls don't fall the way you'd like them to. It can be uneven in sport.
Sure.
And, of course, the comparison was all the live players to the Champions Tour players.
All right.
And at one stage, it was highlighted that the live players were more over par than all the Champions Tour players until Freddie Couples made the 9 on the 15th.
Yeah, that was a shame.
Otherwise, that would have been that.
He was 2 under par at that stage. Imagine that. What a player he is.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
And then we've just got to look at like Bryson, one of the pre-tour tournament favourites.
Well, I was picking him over. I'm glad you won the rock paper scissors. By the way,
that's right. And what about Aberg? Oh my
yeah,
God! I mean, sorry if you put your $10 on, we were close.
Yeah. You're still in front, don't
Ludwig, I was up super early because I had to do the radio program, and the first thing I did was check our multi. So I got on the Masters app, which, by the way, if there is a better sports app in the whole world, well,
it's good, isn't it?
I'm just not here. I mean, every player, every shot.
Every shot.
It's impossible. Anyway, quickly went to my favourites. Birdie, start. And I thought, how good are we? That's going to be 3 that we've got up. Within about, how many have we done, Dan? Only about 8 or 9?
Oh, yeah, maybe 10, maybe
10. And then we would have been so far in front. But anyway, Ludwig let us down.
He did.
But yeah, Bryson, that was a good rock, paper, scissors to lose.
Yes. Rahm got off to a bad start. I mean, he had 78 on that Thursday.
Terrible.
I thought, wow, okay, where did that come from? He'd been playing such good golf coming in.
So I mean, how many more times does it kind of have to happen where they're show rule players? So Rahm, don't worry about the others.
Well, Hatton had a good week. He finished tied for third.
Great.
He actually had a chance towards the end.
But Rahm and Bryson, they're the main guys.
They're the guys, yeah.
They are the guys.
Yeah.
And when you see them perform not just average golf, but poor golf for what we know they're capable of, is it because, what people have you believe is that they don't play in tournaments that are set up as well? Or is it that there is more pressure just coming back and expectation that they want to perform to prove people wrong, that they are in the right place? Which one do you think it would be more of? I feel like they've been in golf long enough to where maybe it's just not used to this big an event again.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. It's a hard one to put the finger on. I know scoring's a lot lower, on the Live Tour because they want birdies, they want excitement, they want the crowds to go nuts.
That's
and
right.
I completely understand that.
We get it.
Is it the best preparation? Unfortunately not.
No, it's not.
It's one of those I don't know. I couldn't tell you, to be honest. So but it was unfortunate again for our own Cam Smith. He misses another cut. Yep. Was hitting it great on the range, he said, but can't take it out on the course. I mean, we've all been there.
Mate, I hit it great on the range.
But that's
give me half an hour with Dan. Dan would be hitting it great on the range.
That's his 6th missed cut in a row in the majors now, I think. So it's tough.
I think it's 7th.
Is it 7?
Yeah, 7 in a row. 7 in a row in the majors. So we don't know how he's going. And interesting with Minwoo Lee. I mean, a lot of people thought big things. He's one of the biggest hitters. It's a huge advantage if you
I
get
thought
the
he was
ball
going to
all
have
the
a
way
great
off the tee. Brandel Chambly, and I do rate his eye when it comes to golf, and it's definitely his history. I mean, some of the stuff he rambles off afterwards when he talks about history of the game is incredible. But he did mention that players who take big divots rarely perform well at Augusta.
Yes.
Because when you're taking those big divots, it's harder to judge the distance that you are hitting your short irons and middle irons. It's much harder. You're jamming it kind of into the ground, where he believes players who kind of pick the ball. So Tiger was more or less a picker.
He can pick and he can go
pick,
steep depending on
both.
what he needed to do.
Rory can do. He can go both ways as well.
Yeah, no, I would agree. The other thing about if you're steep, when you're playing off side slopes and up slopes and down slopes,
this is it.
It's really tough.
Yeah,
it's
really. If you're taking
tough.
big divots,
if you're a picker, it's much better.
If you're taking big divots off a side slope, it's difficult to
Very-
judge the ball and get the ball going
Yeah.
in the direction you can. The one post plus for Australian golf was Jason Day, who was thereabouts on Sunday.
He had a real chance.
Yeah.
He was 3 back?
Yeah.
Or 2 back, 3 back, I think, playing Sunday, but he just couldn't get it going. I think he started off with 4 pars, had a bogey on 5, a double on 7, and the rest pars. He had 16 pars, but
He's obviously a big fan of our podcast, because the Talk Birdie to Me attire that he had at the start of the week, Augusta wasn't happy with it. They asked him to tone it down. He had to, I didn't know that happened. I didn't realise. Does Augusta need to know what you're wearing next, or are they just look at what you're wearing on Tuesday and Wednesday and go, hang on, you're going too far here, kid?
I have a feeling with certain players, if someone shows up in something, they'll go, might be time to change the shirt. And by the way, I wouldn't be wearing anything like that. Let us know what your wardrobe's going to be like. So,
what's more offensive, a hoodie at Augusta or a bird vest at Augusta?
Yeah.
Which one do you find?
I've never played in a hoodie, so I don't know.
No, I don't want to play in a hoodie either.
Especially in the wind.
I feel like I'm playing in a tracksuit.
Yeah, no, I get it. I wear hoodies, but just not on the golf course to play.
Yeah.
There were a couple of little, I guess you could say, indiscretions on the golf course that happened.
Sergio Garcia.
Sergio was a good one.
What on earth are you doing? You're a grown man, kid.
Yeah, that wasn't great on the second tee where he was swishing away and ended up I'm glad he didn't take out the tee marker because it looked as though he was going to take that out in the microphone, right?
I know you can get frustrated, but come on, Sergio. You look like how would you say? I would say you look like a 12-year-old kid.
Oof. He took a nice big chunk out of the tee.
So what does Augusta? What are the authorities there do? There'll be ramifications, surely.
Yeah. Well, I think on the fourth or the fifth tee, Jeff Yang, who's the tournament committee chairman or whatever, he came along and had a word for Sergio, and they asked him, "What did he say?" And he says, "I'm not going to tell you what he said." So I'm sure it was like, "You've got a warning, and do that again, and bye."
Yeah.
So.
And well, we kind of brushed over the live players a second ago, but I would like to say that Phil Mickelson showed a touch of class for BMW.
Touch of class.
Driving a BMW is like hitting the perfect shot.
Well, that is pure magic.
But let's put his
he's
tweet
in
up
the
there.
sixth.
Can you read that tweet? Because I can't see it from here.
Yeah, congrats. This is from Phil. Congrats to Rory McIlroy for an exciting Masters win. Back-to-back is simply remarkable. And then a couple of little emojis.
Yeah, because he's joined him on the Six Majors Club.
Yeah.
So they're really, really good.
But that's big. I mean, could you think, when Live and PGA Tour started up, it was Phil versus Rory there for a little bit.
For a while.
They were at each other's throats.
Yeah.
But just a beautiful BMW touch of class from Phil Mickelson. And we'd like to see him back out there soon. He hasn't been playing because he's had a few issues at home. So hopefully that turns itself around and he's back out making people happy on the Live circuit.
You see Justin Rose's tweet?
No.
Yeah, Justin Rose had a cracker as well. He said, he basically said, congratulations to Rory. I'm still knocking on the door, but I'll be back next year or something like that. It was how he wrote it was lovely.
Yeah, well.
That's a tough one to get over, this one, I think. When you're losing a playoff or whatever, I think, you're right there. But this one, he had it. He almost had one hand on the trophy at one stage, but it's the second night of Augusta.
The reason I backed him.
He shot 38.
Yeah. The reason I backed him is because when he won, what tournament did he win about 6 weeks ago?
Justin Rose?
Yeah, or maybe came close to winning one. But they showed how far he was hitting it. And then they went into a bit of a detail about what he's been doing in the off-season and what he's doing in preparation week after week after week on the PGA Tour. And I just thought to myself, God, you're going to all this effort and you're still hitting it a million miles. Your swing looks absolutely gorgeous and you're competing week after week. That's why I had a crack, but I'm with you.
He's impressive.
I'm not going to put $100 on him next year anytime soon, which
Well,
probably means he's going to win.
I'll put him for a place. I mean,
all right, boys, time for the turn. Top five. Who's doing the top five?
I'm doing the top five,
Okay.
and it's my top 5 choke holes at Augusta National.
Ooh, okay.
That's coming up. We'll see you in the 10th tee.
What I'm working on in my swing at the moment is being able to sync my lower body to my upper body on the way down. The Hyperflex shoe offers the stability and comfort that I'm looking for in my golf swing. Golf shoes are a huge part of golf equipment, especially when I'm working with the longer clubs like 3-wood and driver. I'm really able to go to another gear and know that I'm going to be supported. My name is Elvis Smiley and these are my FJs.
Power tools, battery packs, chargers running long after the job's done. Tradies rely on lithium batteries, but overcharging can shorten battery life or create a serious risk of fire at home. SwitchStar power points automatically cut power after up to 8 hours of charging. No apps, no Wi-Fi, just plug in and walk away. When you forget, SwitchStar doesn't. SwitchStar, every home should have one.
From Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, this is Talk Birdie to Me. We're here for BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Host Plus, the official retirement partner of Talk Birdie to Me. the golf clearance outlet. They beat everyone's prices. Ping will help you play your best. And better, ahead of the game. Now for Titleist, the number one ball in golf, and FootJoy, the number one shoe and glove in golf. Here's Nick and Mark.
Hey, Nicholas, before I get to our top 5, can we please send a cheerio out to our good friends at TRI?
Yeah.
And Dan, you've got the footage that was sent to me. There's some Kingston Heath members over playing, and they obviously didn't have their switch star in at the restaurant because
I heard there was a buggy behind the
That's
restaurant, which that's where the fire started. I'm not sure of the details, but Rick's restaurant there at TRI has burnt down. Such a shame.
Well, it was a buggy.
It was a buggy.
It was a buggy
Okay,
that was
right.
being charged,
Wow.
and they didn't have their switch star in.
Oh gosh.
Clearly,
You've got yours in, I hope.
I've got mine in.
Good.
Yeah, all set
Beautiful.
to go. It's doing well. Just don't even. It's amazing how much more comfortable I feel, especially when I see pictures like that at TRI.
It's one of the great, I think, golf course restaurants too, Ricks,
Yeah.
because you just sit there. You've got the playground putting green out in front. You
It's
can
so
take a
good.
glass out with you. It's just magic.
One of the great golf
Sorry.
courses.
Well,
Yes.
I'm sure it will be again.
Have they got the money to build it though?
I think they'll be right.
Yeah,
Dan.
think they'll be
I'm just
right.
worried
I think
about
they'll
that.
be right. As long as it wasn't the bunker bar, which was my favourite. I love the bunker bar.
I haven't been in there.
You
No.
didn't go
I
down
don't
to the
think it
bunker
was-
bar at TRI?
I don't think it was open when I was there. Sorry.
Bunker bar's fantastic.
They opened for special people. So.
If you haven't sussed out Switchstar, check it out, switchstar.com.au. That will prevent stuff like that happening.
Okay, time for this week's top 5.
When the greats bet, they bet with better. Top 5, top 5, top 5.
The top 5 for better. When the greats bet, they bet with better.
Top 5, top 5, top 5.
So, on the back of Augusta, the ultimate choke course, the ultimate choke tournament, I'm doing my top 5 choke holes.
Oh,
at
Just a
Augusta
word
National.
you're just trying to avoid
I
as much as
hate it.
possible. But anyway.
You know, I used to, when I first
Don't
jumped,
choke. Don't choke.
when
Don't choke.
when I first jumped out of professional golf and I jumped into sports media, there was a period of about 6 years where I got really angry at journos who'd throw around the choke word. I was like, you don't know what it's like, you idiot, and you're throwing it around like it's nothing. You're really going to hurt somebody's feelings. But now I throw it around like they used to throw it around. So my top 5 choke holes. At number 5, if you're going to choke at Augusta National at the Masters, you might as well do it early and on that first tee. And I've heard so many stories. Stuart Appleby told me the story that he was so nervous on the first tee, he actually felt like he needed to go to the loo. And his first shot, I think, went on top of the media centre, which is so far right.
Is it out of bounds over there? I don't know.
I don't know. I think like those things change from year to year.
Yeah,
But has the
true.
media centre changed? Apparently, it's something a little bit different now. It's underground, or it's
Yeah, I'm not sure. Unfortunately, I didn't play well enough to get in there.
so. And that's the number 5. Number 4, I think that tee shot on 18. I think that tee shot on 18.
Especially when you're going, well, if you've got to make par to make the cut, or you're in with a chance, or you maybe, you're in with a chance to be in that top 12 to play the following year. Oh,
Yes.
It's such a brutal tee shot.
And you
So
know
hard.
that you just do not want to have like a 2-iron into that green. And if you hit the perfect shot, Rory and those guys, they can have wedges in. But if you're just a normal human being, just being able to get it through that chute and maybe have a 4-iron,
Oof.
that'd be handy. So number 1. Number 18. At number 3, the 15th hole.
Oh, yeah.
When Nick O'Hearn stood on top of that hill looking down on that green with water in the front and water behind after saying to his caddy that he would not go for it in 2 unless he had a 5-wood in his hand, pulled 3-wood just for the hell of it.
I didn't choke, though.
Did it go? Where'd
I
it go?
choked mentally because I gave in to the temptation, but I just knocked it straight out of the back. I made par. It was fine.
But, when you're trying to smash one, the tendency for most right-handers is just to go a little bit, pull it a little bit left, you're behind the trees, then you got to lay up and you're hitting off what looks like a 45-degree angle, trying to hit a pitch to stop it on that tiny little deck, and there's water over the back.
It is the hardest wedge shot in the game of golf right there. And the worst thing is if you've had to lay up, you're almost getting down there going, well, if I chunk this in the water, I've got to do it again. And now I'm playing 5. Now I'm going to make 8 or a 7. And all these thoughts go through your head.
Did you see Ha Tong Lee at the top of that hill? He had an iron in,
Well, did you see what he did on
And he
13?
topped it. Yeah, that was on the Sunday. On Saturday, he had an iron in the 15.
Oh, yes.
And topped it. It bounced 3 times before it got into the water. He hit it that badly. So he didn't know what he was doing. At number 2, I reckon Rory choked there on Saturday when he hit a drive and it hit a tree, bounced out, but he was miles back and went and hooked it into the water. I know Ben Hogan
on 11.
On 11, yeah, 11's my number 2 chokehold. Yep. I know Ben Hogan said years ago that if I hit it on this screen, if you don't see me to the right of this screen, I've made a mistake. I think now with the big dip on the right hand side of 11,
it's changed.
You kind of can't hit it. You can't miss it right like you used to be able to miss it right. And, you got to chip it up and then it lands on the downslope.
Well, where Justin Rose hit it, I mean, that was unbelievable.
Can you tell me this? Okay, so red areas and yellow areas, when he hit it in that yellow hazard or penalty area, when he hit it in that one, I was waiting for him to drop the ball and putt it onto the green because it crossed the line. Why is it
that's a red.
They have to go all the way back, even like in that situation? I mean, to me, you could have a red line around that hazard like you could at every other hazard on any other golf course in the world. But
it's the same on 12, though. You've got the yellow line. You can't, if it lands on the bank, comes back, you don't get to drop on the bank. You got to. I'm not sure of the reasoning. I'd have to, bring in a rules official for that one.
Well, why don't we get Bruce, Andrew Langford-Jones? Sorry, I was talking about his brother then.
Langers.
Brucey. Why don't we get Langers to talk us through,
clarify
what that is all about at some stage? He's not doing anything these days. He'd love to come on the show and try and explain that. So 11 is my number 2 chokehold, but the number 1 chokehold, without a doubt, is number 12. We've seen so many players leading the tournament, hit it in the water, and their Masters is blown up in one shot.
Case in Rory, Jordan Spieth.
Fred Couples almost. Greg Norman's done it. Everyone. Tom, what Weiskopf have on that hole?
13.
13 shots.
Yeah.
The best of the best stand on that tee and choke. And it's the number 1 choke hole at Augusta.
Love it.
All right. With that said, time for the Ping Globals, Nick.
All right. Feel a bit sick
were the other tournaments on, were they? It's amazing the golf.
No.
It continues on.
There was one other, but it was all about the Masters, and we really need to probably to go through a couple of extra things there of players and where they finished and things like that. But the good news for us is Rory McIlroy, the 2-time Masters champion, is coming back to Australia to play the Australian Open at your home club, Kingston Heath.
It's so big.
I don't think he gets 2 green jackets. He just keeps the one he's got, and hopefully he'll bring it down.
Oh, that's right. He will be. He'll come down with his green jacket again. It's allowed outside the gate. So if you don't know, when you win it, you can take it with you wherever you go for a year. And then once you bring it back through the gates the following year, the following week of the Masters, that's where it stays.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's got 2. It's pretty rare. Only 4 players have done it, really.
Well, he went back to back.
Yeah,
only 4. So
only
he's the
4
4th. It was Jack, Faldo, Tiger, Rory.
He can wear it for 2 years straight.
Whatever he wants.
Wherever he wants to go.
Scotty Scheffler. It was quite the weekend, bogey-free after starting 70-74, came home in 65-68 to finish outright second. That putt on 17. I know the 15.
Oh,
Did you see the putt on 17?
That was in. It was Jack Nicklaus.
It was almost a maybe, yes, sir moment.
It was a Jack Nicklaus moment. It was
such a shame.
It was home.
He had a great shot into 18 too, but he didn't get the bounce he wanted. And anyway, it was a good up and down.
He was stiff.
Tyrrell Hatton, who was in a tie for third with Russell Henley, Justin Rose and Cameron Young. Hatton on Saturday hit 18 greens in regulation. Yeah. That's the 3rd player to do it in the last 30 years.
Isn't that amazing?
It is hard.
That is amazing.
Very hard.
Only 3 players have ever hit 18 greens in any round.
I know. Shout out also to Russell Henley, because with his length and his ball flight, for him to finish tied for 3rd is an amazing achievement. He averaged 285 yards off the tee for the week. You know what Rory averaged?
340?
325, I think, or 330. So he's given him a 45 yard start on every hole.
It's amazing performance, Henley.
Justin Rose, as we spoke of, just unfortunately, he had a 2-shot lead on 10 and then dwindled over the back 9. Cameron Young couldn't make the putt. Of the Aussies, Jason Day, unfortunately, finished with 75 on Sunday, but finished tied for 12th. That gets him an invite back to next year because the top 12 players plus ties. Adam Scott had a 70 on Sunday. He finished tied for 24th. A couple of the surprising ones was Cam Smith, the miscut. Tommy Fleetwood was right there after 2 days.
Yeah.
Bad weekend. Shane Lowry shot 80 final round. That was a tough one for him. John Rahm shot final round 68 but was tied for 38th, and obviously Bryson missing the cut. Other than that we only had a tournament going on in Japan, the Token Homamate Cup, where Tomohiro Ishizaka. No, I mean, I'm struggling with this one.
What the hell are they doing having the tournament?
I know,
up
it's a tough
against
one.
Augusta.
Well, he defeated Yuki Inamori in a playoff, but our own, when I say our own Australasian, Michael Hendry had finished third, so well done to Hendo there. So anyway, that was only 2 tournaments, and we got a major coming up. The next major for us is the PGA at Aronimink, but they've also got this
Pennsylvania.
Yes, where is Aronimink? New Jersey? Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
The next women's major. Did you see that picture of next to the 18th green for the Chevron Classic? So there's a bit of history to this, right?
Yeah, they've been jumping. If you win, you jump in the pond, and that's been tradition for, I don't know, back when Klinger what was Klinger's real name? Jamie Farr. Jamie Farr used to be like a patron saint.
Really?
Yeah, he used to be patron saint. He's been doing the tournament for 1,000,000 years, and they've been jumping in the water for, I don't know, 40 or 50 years.
There you go.
But it's changed venue. And
there's no water next to 18.
There's no water next to 18 in this Houston golf course. But Dan, could you put it up, please? They've built a swimming pool next to the green.
Built a swimming pool next to the green.
That's ridiculous.
It's 4 feet deep. It's got some steps. And
imagine if someone gets hurt. Wow. Because it's concrete.
So is it in play? It must be. I see a bunker behind it, so I'm assuming it's right there.
Are they going to put a red or a yellow line around
it?
Is
it going to be a red or a yellow penalty area? Who knows?
We're going to have a drop zone, or we're going to have, what are we going to have for this crazy swimming pool?
I mean, that's just that they shouldn't do that.
They should not do that.
They should not do that.
They shouldn't do it.
Well, maybe they'll get some feedback on that, just like we have on the show.
Okay, let's get
it's very Masters-driven feedback this week too, as you'd expect.
Talk Birdie feedback. Thanks to Southern Golf Club.
So first one here, this comes from Matt. Hey, Mark, is the Eastern Brown still the Rory McIlroy of snakes, or is that title now held by the Taipan?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I think we're going to. Who's the new number 2 that is currently playing at the moment? So,
it's still Rory, but
yeah, Scheffler's still number 1.
Scheffler's still number 1.
Is he still number 1 in the world? So
yeah. Oh yeah.
He's a million miles.
So far ahead. So.
Well, there's your answer. Yeah, Rory McIlroy is still a brown snake.
He's still the Eastern Brown. Rob wrote in about the Sergio tantrum, which we've already talked about, but that really was.
What did he say?
Oh, no, he's just asking if you guys saw it and what your opinion on it was. I think you've given your opinion. You thought it was pretty average, right?
12-year-old behaviour.
12-year-old behaviour. Carlos, this is interesting. Minwoo Lee, +11, missed the cut. What's going on with him?
I think of all courses, this is the one that demands you hit the ball with your short and middle irons with not only accuracy, but with depth control. And I think when we had his coach on, I only saw him make a few swings this week, and the divots were enormous.
Were they?
Yeah, they were
because they're trying to shallow that out.
That was just like a big T-bone steak rolling over and over.
Maybe it's the sloping lies might have got him. Again, from just what I read, he said didn't have his best stuff. I mean, obviously, you don't have your best stuff when you're 11 over.
That's right.
Although it's a fine line at Augusta at the same time. So it's a shame because he had been playing so well going into the event.
Yeah.
It'll sting.
Tony has written in and said, I know you guys talked about this last week, but I've got to ask, why do they have the fake bird chirping at Augusta? It's so obvious, and I find it really annoying. Do they think it's fooling anybody?
Yes,
Yes. I think they do.
They do think it's fooling people.
Actually, you hear it in the background. You go, oh, that's nice. They got some birds there, but there are no birds.
It's
there.
only until you are told what's going on that you go, oh, that doesn't feel right. But before you're told that the bird chirping is coming out of little speakers, you just assume they're little birds all over the joint.
Well, I did until you told me it wasn't.
Yeah.
So, Craig has said, re-golf commentators, I enjoyed relaxing on Sunday night, watching the golf, listening to Dennis Hutchinson. I loved his less is more philosophy, the Richie Beno of golf commentators.
Dennis was great. Yeah, really good. I agree.
Yep. He was a real deep South African voice, right?
Just while we're on commentary, how disappointed were you that we didn't get the A stuff this week at the Masters. I felt like we were in and out.
Well, we're in and out a lot.
And out.
But we did get
in and out.
I'm not sure why we're in and out so much.
I don't know why we're in and out so much.
I mean, at the key moments, they had the right people there, but there was a lot of shots I didn't need to see.
That's right.
While other players who are the stars were playing holes at the time. I knew they were playing. I'm thinking, are they going to play off tape for the next 5 minutes to catch all this up? And I guess they did.
Well, it's funny. I watched a lot of it on Sunday morning because I was sitting home, so I watched the whole lot. And then I came back a little later in the day and Live From was on. And
love that show, by the way.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
They're a great combination, all of them. And then they started highlighting some of Trevor Immelman's commentary and swing analysis that we didn't get.
Oh, we didn't get.
We didn't get it.
Okay.
So when you see that on Live From, and yet I sat there like a 14-year-old kid eating Vegemite toast watching the Masters, and I had to listen to the other stuff, we're getting shortchanged. I want to hear someone like he is a former Masters champion who gets what you need to do to win at that joint. I want to hear his commentary.
What I want to know with Trevor is he's not 50 yet. I mean, he's still mid-40s, I think, maybe early 40s. Yeah. And he's not playing the Masters each year. He can because he's a past champion. Obviously, the TV gig is too big a deal, and I get it. But I wonder if that just I'd love to play it again one time. I don't know. So
he might play a few practice rounds. I know one year I went there and Finchy was playing some practice rounds because he's always there commentating, and he was playing some practice rounds with the Aussie guys. Just on the Wednesday or the Tuesday, whenever I was there, he was able to do that.
All major winners or past major winners are invited, and they can play in the par 3 comp.
Yeah, that's right.
So Mike also had an issue with elements of the coverage. Gents, I'm writing this on day 2 of the Masters, sitting here at 10:43 p.m, flicking through half a dozen different Masters allocated channels with 5+ groups that have teed off. Adam Scott's up next, but I can't see anyone hitting a golf ball. All I see is commentators talking about yesteryear. I'm not sure if I'm missing something, but we just want to see golf. It's the Masters. Why is it not live from the first ball of the day to the last of the day?
Well, I remember a long time ago, even on the final day, they only showed 3 hours. It was only a 3-hour from go to woe. So you came on, they showed a highlights package of what had happened on the front 9, and then you crossed to live play, and they'd usually I reckon the first hole you used to see was maybe the 8th, and you try to work it out. But, it has got bigger and bigger. I think it is available. Like I said, the app has made it.
Yeah, I think you can see it on, you're not going to get the commentary with it. Maybe the only thing I can think of is, what is that, 8 to 10 hours of golf?
Yes, a big day.
Where they need a big rotation of commentators because you need someone talking over it. So I don't know. Hey, I was thinking, the golf's going to come on, this is great. And it was like, oh, no, that's going to be live from the range and, all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, question here from Rick. What's a statement and a question from Rick? Now, I'll mention that he's prefaced this with a smiley face emoji.
Right.
So, g'day, Nick and Mark. I thought it might be a good time to revisit your past insistence on Rory's caddy, that being he should replace his good friend as a caddy with someone else after Rory's success. I haven't heard you talk about this for a little while. Does that mean you think he's made the right choice? Smiley face. Cheers, guys.
It's a very good question, and I was completely on board. But everyone develops. Now, I am not surprised or would not be surprised if Harry's developed as well in his role as Rory's caddy.
After 10 years, you'd hope so.
When we were talking about it, it was very apt. He was new on the scene. He wasn't a full-time caddy. He didn't know the ins and outs. But I imagine now that he has got a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, only from what I have read, looking in from the outside, I thought he's probably 2 or 3 majors. If he'd had a different caddy on his bag, you'd go, bang.
That's right.
I think he would have. His tally might be 8 by now. I mean, I don't know. It might be less at the same time. Who knows? Well, it wouldn't be less because
the point we were making back when was he's not on Rory's bag because he's the best caddy going around. He's on there because he's very good friends with Rory, and he's got to pretty much learn on the job. There was a couple of mistakes we thought Rory made, and a good caddy would have stopped him and tried to intervene or tried to change his mind.
Well, maybe Rory's a player that at the same time, he's not going to take anyone's advice. If Steve Williams is standing there or Billy Foster or whoever is going, this is what you need to do, he may go, well, I'm just going to do what I'm going to do anyway. I have a hard time believing that would happen, but because that'd be part of the job description or the interview, are you going to listen to me or are you just going to do your own thing? And these guys will go, well, I'm not going to work for you if you're not going to listen to me. So it's one of those sorts of things. But hats off to Harry. He's done a great job. He's a very quiet guy from what I hear. Rory's the type of player that loves having someone who's more of a friend than, on his bag that he can just chat to on the way around, and that's what works for him. So at the end of the day, it's what works for the player.
I have no doubt that he has learnt a hell of a lot being in the situations that he's been with Roy.
Well, he's a heck of a player himself, apparently.
Was he?
Harry.
Was
I
he
think
good
they grew up playing together at Hollywood.
I remember the big criticism we had with Harry was the US Open where he picked a club that went over the back, and that was our point.
Wrong club. Yep.
Rory was in between. He wanted to hit a halfer. The situation called for a club being pulled that could not possibly go over the back.
Yep.
And that didn't happen. And that's when you and I jumped up and down a bit about Harry.
Well, that's the feedback this week for our mates at Southern Golf Club. Righto, masterclass for the Golf Clearance Outlet, who, Mark, as you know well, beat everyone's prices.
Everybody's prices, and get in during April as well, because the prices are completely slashed at the Golf Clearance Outlet. And you go to golfclearanceoutlet.com.au and order offline. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, well, it's given it's Masters Week. I've got the Masters green top on, and it's not surprisingly all about commitment.
Ooh, okay, we'll do that next.
Oh my word.
Titleist GT, a new class of drivers.
Hey guys, I was in at the Golf Clearance Outlet the other week, and I was doing some of those amazing commercials that you see on social media.
Amazing.
Anyway, there was a punter in there, and he was in the golf simulators where they use the four-side GC quads, mind you, so they're pretty flash.
They are.
And what he was doing, he was actually trying clubs that were on the rack.
Nice.
At the Golf Clearance Outlet.
That's the way to do it, isn't it?
And so they had TaylorMade clubs, you had Callaway clubs, you had lots of Titleist gear. They were all over the place. And he was just going from one club to the next. He was actually purchasing irons off the rack. And then if you wanted some bigger grips or shorter clubs or longer clubs, you could get fitted out the back.
Perfect. Yeah, those GC quads as well, they give such good data. The technology is amazing. All the tour pros are using them as well, so you may as well use the best.
Well, Sam Colosimo, who runs the Golf Clearance Outlet right around the country, every single store has the four-side GC quads to help you purchase the best clubs you've ever had.
All right, given it's Masters Week, what a finish that was, by the way, with Rory McIlroy. 6-shot lead, almost blew it, but he got there in the end. So well played to Rory for his second green jacket in a row. I think a really good shot this week for the Masterclass is learning how to hit up these big slopes, because if you watched Augusta, these pros, they hit some amazing shots where they were landing it short of the green, landing it on the green, spinning the ball beautifully. You have to have ultimate control and commitment. And this is a typical shot that you might get at Augusta or at your local club where there's a bit of slope involved. I'm actually slightly into the grain, and I've got to make a choice. Am I going to land this short, or am I going to land it on and really commit? So that's the big part about this, is commitment. Now I'm going to land this on, so a lot of this is going to be in my setup. I'm on a slide up slope, so I need to lean a bit of weight into my front leg. That way I'm nice and balanced. I don't want to be back here, because if I'm back here on my back foot with this upslope, I'm probably going to bottom out and miss hit it. So I've got to lean forward on this one, so I got a bit of weight into my front leg. Now I'm into a slight bit of grain, so if I come in too steep, I may actually chunk this and it's going to come short. So I want to come out a little shallower, so I want a nice wide swing, and I really want to commit and accelerate through this shot. If there's any deceleration, I'm in a lot of trouble. All right, let's see how we go. Just swing around. Here we go. Oh, I clipped it nicely. One hop up top, spinning. We'll see where that finishes, but I think it's pretty good. I might be able to save my par.
Yeah, so there was a little bit of pitching and chipping stuff in there, but the masterclass is more about being committed. Just make up your mind, be decisive, and then just play the shot that's in front of you. If you're over the ball and you've got an inkling of doubt, as we saw with Justin Rose on the 11th and 12th holes, something like that, well, unfortunately, probably not going to work out in your favour. So just bear that in mind. And if you're pitching up those slopes, be committed. Choose the right shot, and away you go.
Well, there you go, folks. Enjoy your Masters hangover or relock back at the tournament. It was incredible. We're looking forward to the rest of the majors this season as well. We'll catch you next time, folks.
Talk Birdie to Me with Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen. Live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. Titleist, the #1 ball in golf. FootJoy, the #1 shoe and glove in golf. The Golf Clearance Outlet, they beat everyone's prices. BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Better, ahead of the game. Ping will help you play your best. And Host Plus, they can help you drive your retirement further. Now that's a plus. Issued by Host Plus Pty Limited. This is general advice. Consider the PDS and TMD on our website before deciding. Wherever you listen or watch, we'd love you to subscribe and share the pod with a friend. Talk Birdie to Me's executive producer is Dan Bradley at Kaizen Media. Sound design by Daryl Misson at loudzebra.com. And now from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, that's been Talk Birdie to Me.
There are places whispered about long before you ever see them. Places you've roamed in your mind. Fairways shaped by time and by the players who left their stories there. They sit on the edge of imagination, out where golf becomes something more than a round. Yet the moments that matter are never solitary. They're shaped by the people beside you, by the mate who celebrates a pure swing, and the mate who steadies you when you lose it. It's the way connection lifts the day, and how a simple walk feels fuller, and the game feels even lighter when it's shared. Every moment eased by the company you keep, and strengthened by the bond that carries you forward. Some courses perfect the landscape, others the experience, and every now and then, both come together. Golf Flute exists to bring dreams to life. A chance for you and your crew to live the stories you've only heard about. June crafted. Memories waiting. The kind of trip you'll talk about for the rest of your life because of who you shared it with. Some dreams sit just out of reach until someone hands you the key. Yours is waiting. Join the club.